Hello and welcome to Brickwork Ratings, yet another podcast series. Today we have a very special guest with us who needs no introduction, but it will be my honor to introduce him. We have Mr. Ajay Thakur, Head BSc SME and Startup. We'll be understanding how the SME, MSME whole sector is doing after COVID. How is the situation there? What are the trends? So, sir, a very warm welcome to you.
Thank you.
So we'll start the session with understanding how well is the recovery in the SME sector, and have we been around or already achieved the pre-COVID levels?
Yes, in the time of pandemic, MSME was the most impacted sector because of the strict lockdown that we have seen. But post-lockdown, and even during the lockdown, the government and RBI have taken very proactive measures and infused a lot of liquidity into the system and also supported the MSME sector in a big way. And because of that, we are seeing a smart recovery in the MSME sector. There is no denial to the fact that, yes, those companies or those macro, small, and medium enterprises which are in the informal sector are still recovering. But post-pandemic, once the economy starts opening, once the lockdown got over, we have seen a rapid pace of increase in the business activity among the macro, small, and medium enterprise.
Sir, that's nice to hear. I would also like to understand how is the growing traction for MSMEs or these SMEs to get listed.
Let me tell you, 2020 was a bad year. We have seen the list number of SMEs getting listed, though it was on even during the lockdown. We have got 16 SMEs listed on the SME platform, and two startups got listed on our startup platform. But this year we have seen, a lot of SMEs approaching to us for listing. Already, 30 prospectus have been filed, and 20 more we are expecting in the coming 3 to 4 months. So 50 from 16 to there's a big jump to the 50 level, and I'm quite sure the next year will be far better. As far as BSc SME platform is concerned, we have already 356 SMEs listed, and another 60 are in pipeline. So I think the pipeline is totally robust, and we are hoping that many SMEs will come forward and get themselves listed on our stock exchange.
Definitely, sir. Sir, to boost this whole pipeline, would like to understand one small important crux. What are the benefits for these SMEs or MSMEs, these startup companies, for getting listed on the BSc SME platform?
There are a lot of benefits. Let me tell you, in India, most of the SMEs, grow by taking loans, and they are aware about the loans. Banks and NBFC keep on giving loans, but as they have taken a lot of loans, so their balance sheet has become very unhealthy, and they have got a lot of pressure, and especially in the time of economic downturn, we see that these SMEs are unable to service the loan. So, understanding these facts, we have started this SME platform whereby they can dilute their equity, get the funds. Again, equity doesn't require any servicing, and therefore, without any tension, they keep on doing the business, they keep on growing the business, and the investors who invest in this company will get the rewards by capital appreciation. So that is the one benefit whereby they get, equity funds. Second, the balance sheet becomes healthy because the cash outflow reduces a lot. Third, the transparency and the credibility of the promoters increases a lot. This helps in unlocking the value of the company. So these are the various benefits which the SME promoters enjoy. Not only that, they can also retain the best of their employees by giving them ESOPs. So there are multiple benefits which these SMEs get post-listing on the stock exchange. So at one time, their finance needs are being taken care of. And number two, the visibility, transparency, and the credibility of the company increases manyfold. And also they are in a position to retain best of the employees by rewarding them with ESOPs. So I think there are multiple benefits. I don't know any other instrument giving these many benefits to the enterprises.
True, sir. So this brings me to another question since you spoke about the cash flows, balance sheet, and the funding. So I would also like to understand how is the current funding situation with the MSMEs or the SMEs? Are they, able to access the credit, free credit available to them?
Of course, if you see that during pandemic, government has infused lot of liquidity. The access to credit has become very easy. Government is taking proactive measure. You have heard about loan mail, even loan restructuring government has done. So lot of measures have been taken from the even government has funded to the tune of 3 lakh crore rupees into the MSME sector. Uh, I think a lot of measures have been taken. Besides that, as the capital market is growing, lot of funds are coming into the capital market. We are seeing these funds flowing towards the small and medium enterprises which are coming for getting their company listed. In this year itself, we have seen the unlocking the value of small and medium enterprises. Today, the market capitalization of 356 SMEs listed on our SME platform has gone up to 42,500 crores. So this is humongous, let me tell you, because this much of valuation is being created only by 356 companies, which would not have been possible if SME platform would not have been there. So yes, there is credit available for the small and medium enterprises, whether it talk in terms of debt funding or equity funding. So I think this is a very good period for small and medium enterprises, whereby their fund issues have been taken care of.
Great, sir. Also, I would like to, like you to highlight any challenges the sector is facing that you have come across.
Yeah, challenges are there. There are a lot of challenges because most of the MSMEs, they are running their enterprises into informal sector. Hardly 3 to 4% of the MSMEs are into formal sector, and therefore there is sometimes liquidity problems. Banks and NBFC are unable to understand their business model. Then there is a lack of collateral which they can't place, and therefore get the loan. Third, their digital reach is very less, and therefore they are unable to access to lots of markets. Okay. Fourth, there is a lack of bandwidth. Okay, whereby we see in most of the MSMEs that all the powers are vested into the promoters, and therefore the investors or even the banks are unable to access to many of the data which they require. So I think these are the problems, these are the issues that we see in the macro, small and medium enterprises. And if they take care of these things, I am quite sure that access to funds will become much easier. So I think the promoters need to understand that they should move towards the formal route of business, and bring all sorts of transparency into the company. Access to digital and technology has become very important in these times. I think if these measures are being taken by the macro, small, and medium enterprises, there will not be any dearth of funds.
So before we let you go, one last and a very important question that I would like to ask you is, what are the learnings or the new strategies that are imbibed looking at the COVID situation, so that going forward, we can escalate the recovery path, or we can make sure that issues or the challenges that currently the sector is facing should not be faced.
I think two aspects on which the MSMEs need to work upon. Number one is the adoption of technology. That's very important. Number two, diversification. Third, access to newer markets. Okay. If these things will be brought into the company, I am quite sure that MSMEs will able to face this type of challenges. Fourth, I think, which is very important, is financial planning. I think most of these MSMEs are, they are not financially sound, and therefore they don't know how to use the finances for the betterment of the company. So I think their focus should be on understanding the finance, or putting the best persons who understand the finance and can access to various sources of financing. Besides that, they should always keep on updating on government initiatives. That is also very important. And the last one is innovation. They keep on doing innovation in their company. And if all these measures are being taken by these promoters, I think they can face all the challenges which will be coming in front of them.
It was great insights that we got from you. We will look forward to having such more sessions. Thank you so much for the very important and very keen insights that you shared with us.
Thanks. It's my pleasure.